I've got a very unusual one here, which I hope some people will relate to. I have a cat called Apricot, who, when he was 2 years old, got himself lost. I spent 2 years searching for him in the area of North London. Last year, 12 years later, someone posted his picture on a community website. And I went up and down there for 6 weeks and found him. And he knew me immediately after 12 years. I was able to hand feed him. Unfortunately, the man who helped me trap him bamboozled me into taking him to what he described, misrepresented, as a wonderful cat sanctuary in Kent. And it's not.
Sorry, Claire, just pausing 1 sec. When you say you trapped Apricot, was he walking around wild, or was he with a new family? Do you know?
No, he wasn't with a new family. I found where he was going to, a particular garden, and the woman who lived there and I fed him, so he came regularly to the garden, which is how you trap cats. And then the first time I saw him, I went up to him and hand-fed him. And he was established in the garden, and then a local man who traps cats brought a cage, and we trapped him.
Okay. So, carry on, please. Sorry, I interrupted.
So this man, no, it's all right. This man then bamboozled me continually to take Apricot to a farm in Kent, which he misrepresented as a cat sanctuary. And it's not. It's simply a feral colony. He's fed a diet of dried food, and his health is not monitored. He's simply in a colony of cats. I might not even have bothered to rescue him in that case. He doesn't have any medical attention. Apricot is 16 years old. I want to take him home again, reunite him with his brother, Mulberry, and look after him properly in the last phase of his life and give him medical attention. The woman who runs the farm has made it extremely difficult for me to go and pick up Apricot. I think that she's in the early stages of dementia. She's extremely nasty, angry, bullying, and domineering. She's unwilling to let me recover Apricot, despite her saying when I first met her that I could take him back home again if he did not settle. I have been unfailingly courteous to her, Daniel, but simply because she's a control freak, she's unwilling to help and has blocked me on her email. I've been really depressed about the situation. I don't sleep. I haven't slept for months. I'm in anguish about it. What are my legal rights? I understand that in this country, in law, pets are treated as property. I did not sign any paperwork to pass Apricot over to this woman. And is there anything I can do in law? Is there anything I can do to force her to let me go onto her land and recover Apricot?
I think there is, Claire, but it's not going to be cheap, is the short answer. So you're absolutely right. Animals are regarded as property by the law, but in order to give property to somebody else, you don't actually need to sign anything. I could give you my pen and say, Claire, here's my pen, it's a gift, and it becomes yours even if I haven't physically signed anything. Now, you say that you said to this woman at the, whether we call it a cat sanctuary or a feral colony, you said to this woman, here's Apricot, but if she doesn't settle, I want her back. If she hasn't settled, you're entitled to her back because you haven't unconditionally given her away. Now, the woman would doubtless say that Apricot has settled.
Well, she doesn't even have any contact with Apricot because she's preoccupied with her horses and her chickens and other things. She gives the cats barely any attention at all.
Well,
they're simply left for their own
this is why I said it might be a little bit expensive, because although you'd probably be able to persuade a judge that your gift of Apricot to this woman was conditional, i.e. I can have her back at some point, you're going to have to bring a claim in the county court for what's called, it's a horrible legal phrase, particularly when talking about an animal, delivery up of property. Delivery up of property. That's the phrase you need to Google. And it's going to cost a few £1,000s to bring the claim. If they resist and you win, you'll get a costs order for this woman to pay your legal costs. But the chances are she's not going to have any money. I don't know, maybe she does. But if she doesn't have any money, then you're not going to get any money out of her, even if you've got a costs order against her.
The problem is that he's 16. The reason I don't sleep is because, he's at that stage of his life where he could die. And to even if I had thousands of pounds, it would take a very long time to get a case through the county court, given the state of the courts in this country at the moment. It could take months and months.
You can always go for an urgent injunction, and with an old animal, you'd probably get an urgent injunction. But again, that costs money. Can I just put to you something that Mike has texted in or tweeted in, just for your comment. Mike has said, it's a cat. The cat was happy enough being wild before you trapped it to rehome it. How do you know it's not happy being wild now?
Well, this is a very, very long conversation, and thank you, Mike, but he's 16, he needs proper medical attention and care. He wasn't happy being wild. He was a stray cat who spent all his time wandering around, finding his food. This is a very long story, actually,
yeah.
and the fact is, he's my beloved apricot. His brother Mulberry is here. I want to take him home and look after him properly. He's simply in a wood with about 40 or 50 or 60 other feral cats, stray cats, who are not monitored properly. I don't want him to die of some disease on his own in the wood, under a bush, in pain.
Claire, it sounds like you're an incredibly caring person, and both Apricot and Mulberry have been lucky to have you as an owner. You do have legal rights. You can go to court. You can recover ownership of Apricot. I just can't promise you that it's necessarily cheap or hassle-free.